All right, welcome to JCCR Racing, where our goal with our subscribers, our viewers, is to take on the most intense, extreme, chaotic tracks possible. All extreme conditions on. We've got extreme damage. We often will run on extreme tire wear as well, but today we're looking at quick little races, 4 laps over at Bathurst. And as I've called it before, Butthurst, and we've got Phil with us, and there's going to be maybe a little bit of pain. I'm going to go fishing and see what I can get as a position, but we've got Phil, a better racer, one of our loyal subscribers, and we're a subscriber over to his channel, so make sure you do check out his channel as well. Phil, do you want to tell us a little bit about your channel?
Not really. This is the
Illness SN0W_craw 2 hours has joined the room.
But let's just try to have fun.
I like the sound of that.
Fun racing.
Yeah, I love the sound of that because clean, fun racing, you can occasionally get into a lobby and have fun racing only because, there's spacing in between the cars, but usually it's frustrating, it's chaotic, it's clown racing online, and this is a lobby. So this is for our viewers and subscribers, folks. You can come in and join in. Just subscribe to the channel, go to your world map on Gran Turismo 7, go to the bottom right to multiplayer. When that opens up, you hit lobby and do a search for JCCR Racing Subs. Now, if you're into the most extreme races ever, you're at the right place. Join us as we take on the craziest, most intense subscriber races in Gran Turismo 7. Do you have what it takes to keep up with the competition? Test your skills, battle for victory, and see if you can claim the top spot in our high-stakes community showdown. Want to join the next race? Make sure to subscribe and turn notifications on. That's the little bell notification. Drop a comment if you're ready to race, and like the video to support more epic events. Now let's hit the track and make this a legendary extreme race with extreme damage on. So dirty dogs and dirty donkeying, whether it's deliberate or not, will be heavily penalized. You'll lose parts of your vehicle, your car won't run right, and it can happen to all of us. At Northcliffe last night, I accidentally bumped into Rez Racer, and not his fault at all. My brakes just weren't quite as effective as his. Maybe I was on the brake balance a little too much towards the rear. Those front tires, those front discs weren't braking quite enough. So let's do it. Let's hit the track and make this a legendary race. Who will come out on top? Watch now and find out. So you're watching Gran Turismo tips and tricks. Throughout all this, I always talk about best cars, best tunes. So you're at the right place if you love racing, whether it's real world racing or racing here in a sim racing. We're definitely trying to get this channel up and running high enough, over 1,000 subscribers. The goal is to get into the A class. That's the ultimate dream, and to actually do our real world races and take one of our 911s, a Porsche 911s, to the racetrack to Mont Tremblant. So join us for this wild and epic adventure. Phil, thank you so much for making it. I'm glad to be on your stream. So folks, you can check out Phil's stream. And Phil, thank you so much for being on my live stream.
No worries. I am just using a Supra. I'm waiting for you on the straight so we can race a little bit together.
Fantastic.
Maybe I can coach you a little bit as well.
I would absolutely love that, because here, I'm completely honest, I'm really here to help all of you sort of find the framework for achieving your goals or your dreams. So I've started off as a complete zero and slowly want to work to become a hero. Or in other words, the short-term goal that I try to accomplish to, get that little bit of dopamine and satisfaction from accomplishing something every week. I try to go from beginner to winner, start at the bottom of the grid at the beginning of the week on the online races and try to get pole position. One of the top 3 or 4s, and that usually does happen every week. So, Phil, do you have any recommendation for this track for a car in between the 458, the squirreliness of the 458, but its acceleration, versus the 911? Or would you say drop in something nice and safe like the McLaren? What do you think, friend?
Always good to use the 911. Actually, you could definitely try the Ferrari.
You know what? As a 911 owner, I think I've got to represent here.
Yeah, go right ahead. Yeah, Supra's great here, just because of the top speed.
So Supra, you like it for its top speed on the straights?
Yeah, it's decent in the corner. One of my fastest lap times.
Aliou, 33 RPM, has joined the room.
I believe it's the M6 Sprint.
M6 Sprint, yeah. No, it's nice, and I like the M6 for its stability. It can really take a hit. I find it's sort of like a classy GTR, a gentleman's GTR.
Yeah, it's quite nice on track. The endurance
Oh, now hold on, Phil, for just a moment. If you could get your mic a little closer to your mouth, and maybe at some point we'll have to see if your options, you can turn your voice up in your options. Oh, sorry, friend. Oh, geez.
Go right ahead.
My bad. Oh, I thought I'd follow you. Or do you want to follow me to give me tips?
I'm just gonna check to see if I can turn up my mic.
Oh, okay, perfect.
Is that better?
That's a little better, yeah.
Try a little bit. Yeah, I don't want my stream to be too echoing.
Oh, no worries. Okay, no worries. Because I know often just bringing the mic closer to your mouth can help, and if not, then there's actual mic options. But I can't, off the top of my head, can't quite remember where I found those mic options. I think it was under options, settings, but this is good. It's later on for another stream. We can just check out your settings area and audio. So I love this downhill section, but I do struggle with it.
Yeah, I like to come out of there.
Cosmicman 5 has joined the room. Cosmicman 5 has joined the room.
His name is also John.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, John is a good name. It's a solid name. It's a pretty old one.
Yeah, my oldest brother's name is also Johnny.
Oh. It's a lot of my close friends either call me Johnny or, because I actually have a conjoined name, they sometimes call me by the first part of my conjoined name, because technically it's Thomas John. So some people will call me Toma or Tom, but a lot of people call me John or Johnny. It's all good. I don't care what people call me, as long as they don't call me at 2 in the morning.
Alright, so what I'll do is I'll do a quick kind of lap guide here with you.
Sounds great. I'm all yours.
So I'll drop down to 1 over here, 2 out on that final corner. Once you get to the 100 board, brake right away, drop down to just 1 or 2. I'll skip to 3. 2 is fine too.
PHG_IronFix_QC, IronFitGold, has joined the room. PHG_IronFix_QC, IronFitGold, has joined the room.
That's another friend of mine.
Fantastic.
100 board here too. Yeah, 100 board here too, and then go really sharp into this corner.
All right, sharp through this corner.
Just kind of avoid the curves too, and accelerate out at 3 or 4.
I have lost control on the curbs often, and of course, like an amateur, I always have the natural tendency to blame the tool instead of realizing I'm the tool. So yes, there are some cars that are more prone to spinning out on the curbs, such as the Lamborghini, the Porsche 911, the Ferrari, and some cars can just fly over them, like the Supra and the GTR. But yeah, I just gotta avoid them. You've got the point. So I guess I'll follow you through here.
This part you can almost go flat out.
Flat out through here.
Yeah, once you get out of this corner, you just shift up to 4, and then it'll allow you to rotate.
So in fourth, it allows you to rotate.
It should, yeah. And then here, I'll shift down to 4, or just stay with 5, light brake, and ride that left curb.
Okay. Ride the left.
Kilometers per hour?
I'm in miles per hour.
Oh, miles per hour.
Yeah.
I just messed Cedric up here. Oh, he's just hanging out.
He's parked. Look at that beautiful skin he's got on. I'm liking your Tron style skin as well. Nice livery.
Thanks. Hey, Gav. Thanks for joining the stream, buddy.
Now one of the hardest sections, if you don't quite get it right, through the zigzags on the top of the hill, what gear do you suggest?
I will actually drop down to 2 if I need more rotation, down to 1. And then once I get out of the chicane. Oh, you can't hear my voice.
Okay, your voice isn't coming through on my live stream.
Iron Pitbull has left the room.
My live stream.
Oh.
PHG_IronFix_QC. Iron Pitbull has left the room.
Well, we can adjust that. Why don't we jump into a race before we lose the people that have come, before they get tired of the waiting. So I'm just going to make sure that I'm going to do a little sound check here. Oh, well, actually, I can hear you. I can hear myself over on your channel, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
I know that I'm up and running. And let's see here. I'm going to...
voice on my channel?
I believe so.
G_G_Wizzy_1. G_Wizzy_1_.
Yeah, I can hear your voice. So we're good. Sound check's done, folks. So welcome to the official race. It's starting up. So I'm going to set this up. We've got exit out here and go to entry is in. So we just got to get PHG. Super Doofus, are you going to make it in? If so, great. Super Doofus, great to have you here. I'm glad that you're a Tom as well. I'm both a Tom. I'm a Thomas and a John. So any of you guys can just call me Johnny since it's my racing name here. And it's JCCR is for Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, but this is the racing channel, which the goodies of it means that when we go out and take one of our real world cars, such as the Toyota MR2 1991 JDM with its pretty darn new engine, the GT350, it's going to be on, or one of the two 911s, it's going to be on this channel right here. So you guys get all the great stuff. Let's just make sure we get you in on the first 1,000 subscribers, because as part of the first 1,000 subscribers, you are the JCCR Racing Crew OG, the original crew. You're the original, sort of like the crew pit, kind of like Mario back there with his earphones on, but I actually get to talk with you. We get to interact, and we all get to learn and grow together. So everyone's now in and ready for the race. So as host, I'm going to say, let's start this race up. Got a little 8-second. I've got my cup of joe, a little bit of coffee here. It's a double cappuccino, which is now half finished, with a little bit of coconut oil so that it goes in easy and comes out easy. And talking about coming out easy, we're racing Bathurst. This is quite the difficult trail. We're doing all the extreme races here, and we've got extreme damage on. So let's get this started. Put the foot down on the floor for the brakes. Great way to start up. Love these testing people's reaction times. Now, if anyone, dirty dogging and dirty donking is totally okay. If anyone hits me, I will not be frustrated. We're all friends here. This is the viewer and subscriber races, so join as you wish. But if you do hit, the danger is you're gonna lose a lot of time because your car will take extreme damage, and that's why it's called Extreme Racing with the subs. We want to learn and grow, so why not start on the hardest tracks with the hardest settings? And we kind of take the tracks on, very little practice. We'll try to get up and running so that when we say, 9 p.m., we're racing by 9:10, so 10 minutes of practice, and then get down to business. Today we're going to do back-to-back races, so 4 laps. That way, even if you're back of the pack on race 1, you can come and make it back. Oh, and I'm mowing, I'm taking out my lawn business. I'm going to make sure as I come back to the track to not take out alley-oop. Gonna get into first here for rotation.
Yeah. Probably exit out on 2 or 3.
Thank you for the tip. I'm gonna try that here first for the rotation. Oh, and I still eat a little bit of wall and damage. Sorry about causing you a little traffic there, Phil. I know you have to hit the brakes pretty hard to avoid me. Thank you. All right, now yeah, go ahead.
I think at one point I had my brake balance at +2 here. You get used to the car enough, you can actually go pretty high on brake balance.
For the brake balance, you're +2 towards the rear?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with -1 for now, just because I'm not used to it yet.
Now, -1, you'll have a bit more total braking powers, if I understand. And you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I would think it'll just help a little bit with slowing down for the corners when we're not used to, they're not into our muscle memory quite yet.
Yeah, I think it also kind of helps with a bit of camera slithering for me. Especially on that upper, on top of the road chicane.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, going in towards putting more power to the front brakes reduces the chance of losing control when braking. And at the top of the hill, there's a lot of braking going down, and it's easy to lose control. So I can completely understand and agree with your idea to go to -1. So having a little bit more power to the front brakes. And because I don't know the race that well, I know it, half, I'd say. Like, I kind of know that which turns are coming up, but not necessarily what speed and what drive line to take. I'm going to go to -2 for the rear to make sure I have more turn in, so less braking on the front wheels, meaning less overall braking, but more turn in. So I can trail brake to the apex, and that's the inside of a turn, or as I like to call, the candies. So if you're watching, folks, you're watching Bathurst. It's the Aussie Trail, one of the best racetracks in the world. If only GT7 could add my native track, Mont Tremblant, we could actually get practice on the racetrack that we want to take the Porsche 911 or 1991 Toyota MR2 to, and have less chance, actually know someone in a Porsche 911 who had, well, I don't know the person, I know the person's friend of a friend, and had a fatal accident there, so would like to have Mont Tremblant here on the sim to not
So what part of Canada are you?
Phil, I am from the French and English part, Quebec. So in Quebec, if you're an Anglophone speaker, you're told that you're the majority, but all the laws are against you. All the new laws that come out are against you, as if you're some majority that could take over. But in reality, we're a minority. We're very much a minority. We must be maybe 10% of the population in Quebec, because most of the younger generation for the last 30 years has had to move away if they don't speak and write French very well. Yeah, well, I have some extremely nice, I work at a dealership, and they're incredible people. The owners are 4th generation dealership owners, and as 4th generation, it goes all the way back, so they understand that people can come from all over the world and have language barriers and still succeed. So they've got one of the best dealership setups in the world. Actually, 10% of their dealership is kind of, you could say the stocks or the ownership goes to a co-op. So as an employee, you can buy into the dealership and have stocks.
Oh, cool.
And they took me on when my French was pretty horrible and I had a very bad accent and often got my words mixed up and sometimes even used words that were inappropriate, but I was quite innocent in it. And I'd say things like, I wouldn't realize I'd be telling people like, hey, I can go put you in the vehicle. And in French, if you say, place you in the vehicle, it kind of has a very sexual connotation. And they'd just be like, they'd laugh and they'd be like, oh, well, you can't say that because. So they took the time to, and they still give me French lessons, really. They're really incredible people. Big hearts. They want their employees to do well. They want them to be dedicated to the business, and that's why they opened up part of their business to the employees. They want everyone to really care about doing a great job and giving the best service possible. So, the whole image of like dealerships and salespeople being, greasy and slimy and pulling off tricks, well, it's not what goes down at that dealership, because everyone's like, I want to take the best care of this person's car while they're here at service, do the best job in the least amount of time possible, not invent a bathroom break while doing someone's job to add an extra 15 minutes on their bill. So very awesome place to work. I love it.
That's good. That's very important to like what you're doing. That they say the boss is the first reason why people quit their jobs.
Yeah. If you have happy employees, you have happy, well taken care of and happy employees, often that will transfer down to the service they give, and you'll have happy customers. And
they want to be here. Oh, I got a lot of damage.
Oh, you're running you're running a little damage right now?
Quite a bit, actually.
Oh. Now the 911, what I love about it is it has the world's worst setup for engine location, and it actually has, with 50 years of working on it, or 70 years of working on it, they've actually pulled it off quite well, because the engine's behind the wheels, putting a ton of weight over the rear wheels, which in the throughout history meant the car would fishtail and people would go rear end into a ditch. But now with a little bit of magic with the suspension and a lot of technology, the stability control, the car is absolutely fantastic. You got a lot of grip coming out of corners, and you've just got that classic look. So I'm racing the 911, and it's a little tricky to get the hang of, but well worth learning. And the Toyota Supra I picked it up on subscriber advice. I don't know if it was Game Brigade or Aussie Pug or you, Phil, that had recommended it, but I threw on the Supra, and I was like, wow, one lap, and I can say I feel like I know the car well enough to drive it decently fast. I think it was like lap 2 with it that had already beat my Porsche 911 time that I'd maybe done 30 laps with. All right, let's see how it shook up. Yeah, this worked out pretty nicely. We got a Toyota Supra in first, the GT500. That thing is a total landscaping lawn tractor. You can go anywhere off the track with that.
All right. I wonder if Gavin can get in. I can't even find my stream on YouTube, to be honest.
Yeah, YouTube will... Yeah, I've had that actually happen to my main channel, the Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, even with when I was at maybe 12,500 subscribers. I started talking about very early on, and I mean like late 21, early 22, I started talking about that big flu that was going around, and all of a sudden I started getting warnings from, we'll just say I started getting warnings. And my show wasn't being suggested to my subscribers, and just for like my channel flatlined for I'd say about a year, and I just kept going on it, and eventually, because my subscribers that would like literally only find it because they'd put me into their search engine, they'd be like, oh, well, we'd really like it to kind of just stay about cars. And then I did have like the 10% of my hardcore subscribers that were like, Johnny, we love your honesty. Thank you for bringing us, data that you find. So 10% was really happy, but the other 90%, so I had to re-gear the channel, and now I work on just keeping it about car content. Whereas here, I'll work to keep it just about the race content. All right, so we got...
So Johnny, I'm curious, so one of my friends, they can't really join our lobby. Do you want to try if I open a lobby and we can try doing D-Force all together with that?
Sure. Yeah. As long as I'm in, as long as if you can put it under JCCR Racing sub so that people can find it, and also it'd be great if you can throw on damage on high. We were up to
100% I
five.
can
Do you think everyone here, including Alley-oop and XXR, will follow us? Because I'd hate to switch out of a lobby of 5 to get into a lobby of 3. Because he should be able to find us if he's looking in the right spot. Did you make sure he went to multiplayer lobby and then did a search for JCCR all in capital letters? Because if you didn't cap it, it probably might not show up.
Yeah, I could definitely try that as well. Let's just see if G Wizzy, which is my friend Gav, can get in. See your lobby right
sounds
now.
great.
G underscore Wizzy underscore 1, G underscore Wizzy underscore 1 underscore has left the room.
Yeah, we had Wizzy here. Wizzy was in the room, but he just left now.
Yeah, he's not fully in the room.
Oh, okay. It's like he can't get in. Something's bugging.
Preventing him.
Okay, yeah. So set one up.
So JCCR racing subs. Okay, I will set one up.
Philness SN0W underscore craw 2 hours has left the room.
That was a good last race.
That was a good last race.
It's always good to race Bathurst. It's one of the hardest tracks on Gran Turismo.
It is. The Green Hell, Northcliffe, I would say is more difficult because it's just more difficult to memorize because what is there, like 70 turns in there?
Yeah,
or 70
a lot of turns.
Oh, you're constantly modifying what you're doing with the wheel. Here there's less, but they are tricky and difficult because of the elevation changes. It's very easy to lose control. So XR1, please follow us over on the other JCCR. So is that set up at the moment?
Not yet. I just have to turn on. Well, I gotta change Deep Forest to
All right, now XXR1, congratulations for that first place win with that pretty sick logo and livery. The front there of your hood almost looks like from the company Jaeger. I won't finish that because on YouTube you can't mention the full names of things that are related to alcohol and tobacco.
Oh wow, I didn't even know that. So it's probably a good thing I'm talking to you know all the ins and outs of the whole streaming guidelines.
Hey, you're here to help me with my racing to get faster lap times, and I'm here to help you about YouTube guidelines. I started the channel, I think I did a few videos maybe summer of 2019 and started to take it seriously, I'd say more 2021 that I started to do consistent videos.
Alright guys, so I got 2 people watching this stream.
Fantastic.
Come and join my lobby. We can do an open lobby. We're doing a Deep Forest Raceway. Just 5 laps.
Alright, I'm going to go find that.
Now let's see if there's a tire wear.
I'm going to tell XXR1 here that we're going over to...
Yeah, take your time.
Search.
No worries, Plank. Thanks for
Search JCCR.
watching the stream a bit. Make sure you smash the like. Yeah, I always love Deep Forest. So,
Deep Forest.
Yeah, it's a very...
not a real one.
Yeah, oh, it's not a real one. Okay, I didn't know that. All I know is that it's very, very technical. It's you got to have things just right, and it is exciting because it's a track that can have a lot of collisions. So I'd say it's extreme in the sense that it's one of the most bump and grind tracks out there, and not the type of bump and grind we used to do when we'd go out to the bar and dance, but the type of bump and grind where you finish with a scrapped car, or GT7 really should introduce online racing where you can actually scrap your own car and total the car of the other vehicle, and if it's your fault, you're out 4 million credits, and when you're out of credits, you got to go farm against the AI to get credits to get back online. It would put sort of there'd be more of a high risk, high reward. So put first up as a 10 million win, make 10th, 400,000 credits. So 10, if you get 10th 10 times in a row, not so bad. You can afford totaling yourself and someone else, but it would really discourage totaling out. So I'm on my live stream, I'm going to show you all folks how to find our JCCR racing lobby here. You go to the world map at the very beginning. So world map, when you get into Gran Turismo 7, you got your world map here. Don't go to sport. Do not, I repeat, do not go to sport. We had some people doing that last night. You want to go down to multiplayer, and you'll go to lobby. I'm surprised Super Doofus. I thought we'd be hanging out with our buddy Super Doofus here. I guess he wasn't able to convince the wife. He wasn't able to convince the wife to come on, but he'll be probably here next Friday night for the race. Now,
that was me last night.
all right. Now, Phil, where would I go for the search?
You can just search any lobby that your friends have. It should be like in the top middle. There should be like a little toggle.
Oh, show only rooms with friends. Okay, so there's no actual place to search to do under a general search and just type in JCCR.
Oh, it looks like my mic is muted. Now, can you guys hear me?
I've heard you all along, by the way.
It's just on my stream. I don't think they can hear me.
Oh, that might be in your own settings.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. It's part of starting up a new channel, Phil.
Okay, they can hear me now. That's great.
Johnny, bear_pedals for you.
So,
Bonus, SN0W_craw 2 hours, has joined the room.
The PlayStation camera?
PHD_
great racing with you last night, Super Doofus. Hope we get to do it again soon, buddy.
Has joined the room.
Camera option. Move camera display.
Oh, awesome. Super Doofus is playing Minecraft with his wife, so I'm glad he's not racing with us. I'm glad he's spending time with the wife. I'm going to go fish for a win, so I'm wearing my fishing hat. Bring me some good luck here. Try to fish for a win. I'm sorry, it does create a little bit of cuts the sun out for me, but hey, if I'm going to be racing all day, I need to get some sort of vitamin D, some light vitamin D through the window here. Now, if you've got a suggestion for what car to use, let me know. If not, I'll be using the Porsche 911 because the rear engine allows so much weight through onto those rear wheels that you can really take off out of corners quickly. So it is an absolute blast, but of course the OP cars, the overpowered cars, or meta cars for this track are the Alfa Romeo 4C and the Supra. And the Alfa Romeo 4C, if you can get over the fact that it has a 4-cylinder, put the ego aside and the pride and drive a 4-cylinder, it is fast. Why is it fast? Because it is a baby Ferrari. The platform of that vehicle is made from carbon fiber. At least one of my contacts, one of my clients who bought one came by and showed it to me, and that's what he explained to me. Now, I love the Ferrari 458 for that flat plane crank V8 like I have on my real world GT350, the Mustang Shelby GT350, but there's no GR3 Shelby car in the game, and if it was, it probably would be horrible because Ford is one of the companies that very much more so than anyone else kind of refused to give presents to journalists, and actually in my local French area, they just refused to give out a year free rental, like the journal. They're like, no, we're not giving you a car for a year. That's just not how we do it here at Ford. And they wouldn't give them a weekly car. So as a result, coincidentally, unrelated, because they wouldn't sponsor them in any way whatsoever, unrelated, that journal, which is the only real journal for the area, somehow just didn't like Ford at all. And everything Ford made was just absolutely horrible and the worst. So, journalism being as honest and having as much integrity as a typical political party. So what can we do about it? Well, you can follow YouTube channels that don't have any subscribed cars. So over on Johnny's Car Care and Reviews, I buy all my cars or lease, and currently have 5 vehicles long-term reviewing. Several of them are, can you have fun and enjoy life and not get a divorce if you're running an old car? So 2 911s, a 1991 Toyota MR2 JDM right-hand drive with a new engine. It's on its 4th engine. Thankfully, I didn't buy all 4 of those engines. Otherwise, maybe I would have a divorce. But we're testing to see if you can own classic vehicles, have fun, and stay out of the divorce realm.
So does that mean that you have gotten your dream cars in life?
Great question. I'm eternally dissatisfied as an unbiased, mostly unbiased. We all have our biases, but as a mostly unbiased, I always try to look at things scientifically and say, okay, what are the real pros and cons? Let's kind of like mentally data this out, map it out. I've owned a lot of my dream cars, but you know, I haven't owned a Ferrari 458, and my friend has one, but didn't get to drive it yet. All right, so when did you want to get the race started up, buddy?
I can start it right now. Don't
Fantastic. All right. And actually, I'm going to... sorry, give me a sec. We need to have everyone... let's see here.
Oh, you're still... Okay.
Oh, I had a little issue here. I made a mistake. I'll correct this. Sorry about it. We'll just make sure everyone here throws on. Important tip, check your tires. Running race hards. Oh, the room is currently unavailable. Does that mean you started it up?
I'm in. I canceled it. Let's see.
Okay, yeah. You canceled it, and that's why I'm now able to get back in. So it's in spectator mode currently.
Yeah. I think Gav just needs to exit. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, Philness, I see that you're revving up carbon monoxide for your crew there, so don't expect them to switch your tires or fix your car quickly. They're going to be buzzed out, sleepy. You got to watch out for carbon monoxide. You feel fine until you fall asleep, and that can actually cause... I know someone working in their garage had a carbon monoxide issue, and it does affect the brain. You'll never be the same, and your brain will not heal back up to where it was.
So it's the 4 of us? Or 5 of us?
Oh, fantastic. 5 on a tight track like this is going to be just perfect. I'd say 5 to 8.
GT has joined the room.
Now, I'm going to pull out to get back in, because right now all I can do is spectate. So I'll see when I come back in if now I've got the option. And I think as host, you just, if you end it and then start it up, you'll be good. Yeah, everyone will just have to come back in. So you actually have to, I think, well, last night my experience was you actually have to leave to come back in. So then it's like kind of like a new room waiting, a lobby waiting to get down to business. Yeah, so that's what you... Because right now it's...
giving me the option.
Okay.
I think we just have to wait until qualify ends, and then I'll start the race, end the race, and then...
Okay, they're not letting you end the race because it's in qualifying mode.
Yeah, I'll probably...
Nice to meet you too.
Oh, Trains, I'm sorry to hear that you don't have PS Plus. I'm sorry to hear that, but maybe we'll be able to race. I guess I didn't realize we need PS Plus to be able to race, but hey, you can be part of the live chat giving us all the pro tips and tricks, because we're really blessed here on the channel. We often have, almost always have pros in the live chat, and they're just dropping great tips and tricks specific to the track and just general tips like best cars to use, best tunes. So you're at the right channel if you want to learn and grow, and really the goal here of the channel is to learn and grow together, because every week I start as a beginner on a new track and try to finish the week as a winner. Often works out because we pick out the right strategies, we turn those strategies into actions, and we just rinse and repeat with perseverance to come out on top, and that's the strategy really to attaining any goal. And that's what I want to do, motivate people to attain their goals, attain their dreams. So our big dream, we got a couple of them, but one of them is to get to the A quality racer, so be a very fast racer, and in the real world, get our licenses and race on the racetrack here. Now,
I will try and help you get to A, my friend.
Thank you very much. I look forward to you being there all along the way. So I'm going to try getting out again and coming back in, as the qualifying race must be coming out. Now, Train's giving an excellent tip here. He says, a tip, when turning into a corner, use partial braking so you can rotate quickly and sharply, so not full down on the brakes from my understanding. And of course his comment is being dropped out. I'm not able to read it all perfectly because of how the system goes.
No,
so here we go.
Quit. I'm gonna wait
He
for
says,
the
tip
1
when,
minute.
Tip when turning into a corner, use 10% braking so you can rotate quickly and sharply and still be slowing down. So that is a fantastic tip. That is a great description on how trail braking works.
Jeez, oscillation's killing this car.
So I think you will, Phil, have to quit and restart. So you just have to kind of give a warning to people to follow you out and in.
Alright, I guess I'll do that then. That means I have to change up all the settings again.
Well, you could just remove qualifying, make it practice, then race. And instead of doing the practice, we'll just go straight into the race.
Hey, why don't we, I'll just wait 15 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. See if it works.
Start the race, yeah.
Smart. Now, we're doing BOP cars, meaning they're all flatline to the same. So you can't play around really with anything or very little. You can't really tune the vehicle. If we could, definitely drop this down to 270 because there's that one straight and it's just one straight. So I would
restart.
Fantastic.
_craw 2 hours has left the room. Alley-oop 33 RPM has left the room. CHG _ G _ Wizzy _ 1 G _ Wizzy _ 1 _ has left the room.
So let's get Deep Forest in. Quick few laps of Deep Forest to really switch up the style of driving. This is elevation pretty flat throughout the entire race, very different than Bathurst. And then maybe we'll make it back to Bathurst to talk all about what to do when you've got insane elevation changes. And that's what makes that an extreme race. Hobo Star, welcome in, buddy. We're doing extreme races again. Extreme damage on the hardest tracks, and they're all hard for different reasons. Deep Forest, as we know, is hard because there's intense extreme traffic in the corners, and is one of the races where you can get speared into another stratosphere the most. It is one of the most clown class races, chaotic clown racing at its finest or worst, depending your frustration level. You definitely want to make sure you don't get so mad that you break one of these super expensive but very worthwhile sim race units. So Phil, you'd have to oh, here we go, your race is back up. Oh no, that's Lead Pencil's room. That's cool. Lead Pencil has a room and he's running Deep Forest, so he should come join us.
You might actually have a lot of people playing.
All right. Morning, Mountie Swingwell. Thank you so much for making it in, buddy. Let's go see if he's got a lot of people racing right now. Hobo Star, so happy you're here. Super Doofus, live long and prosperous. The room is full, so you're completely right about that. So if you're having trouble... Oh, no, you just got Deep Forest up and running. Good job.
Yep, I'm ready.
All right, let's get this. Let's get it on for a Saturday morning. This beats out Saturday morning cartoons when we were kids. But speaking of it, one of the goals of the channel here, part of the dream, is to create just a perfect racing community wanting to learn and grow together. But in that 1990s, 2000 Best Buddies basement hangout. So we're in the basement here. We've got the buddies in the back, Darth Vader, Mario on headset giving horrible tips because he never plugs in his headset. You got the Mario Kart buddies up there, Yoshi and Mario, because that's what this chaotic Mario Kart-like sim racing often is when we go online every week, trying to go from beginner to winner. So if you want to be part of a great racing community, all you have to do is subscribe and turn bell notifications on. Now I'm going to actually enter and just remind everyone else that they need to just hit enter so that their little dots beside their name switch to a position. Philness with the crown. Lightning fast Philness there. And I'm Tortoise Slow Thomas. You can call me Johnny here at JCCR Racing. All right, we've got, wow, what a lineup. This is going to be extreme because anytime you have more than 4 racers on Deep Forest, it is extreme as heck. Now, if you do 15 laps near the end, it's not so extreme because the pack really gets spread out almost too much. It starts to get a little boring. Now, this is going to be very exciting. So we've got 5 laps coming up on Deep Forest with extreme damage. So dirty donkeys and dirty dogs will be extremely penalized. So let's see how it shakes up. We can, where there's no need to actually go into a pit. The only time anyone would go into a pit is if they are damaged. Now, what did you...
is it racing softs or racing mediums?
Yeah, it looks like you have some sort of tire restriction on, and I'm not sure what you actually have as legal tires. You might have to go in and change your settings to allow racing softs. Yeah, that's the problem. You're probably on something like comfort, like the standard setting is probably like comfort, which is kind of ridiculous. Alley-oop, thank you for making it. Kimar, I am Stig, awesome to see you here. Rude Boy, awesome to see. Nice mix of safety ratings here. We're going to try to keep it clean, and if you don't keep it clean, no one's going to get mad. It's just going to be penalized towards you because this is extreme racing with extreme damage. So Phil, for settings, I hope you've got the extreme damage turned on. As you can check that out as you put the tires to any race tire. You can lock it to only race mediums if you prefer, but if you just put race tires, or no, if you have no tire requirement, then I think we're allowed to take anything we want. Now, talking about adjustments, now the cars are BOP adjusted, so I can't actually go and adjust the top speed. Otherwise, for Deep Forest, if you're playing against the AI, I recommend you put your top speed somewhere between 270 and 290 kilometers per hour because you'll have much better acceleration through the low gears, and we're often in low gears here.
Then I'll save these settings.
Yes, now for tires, you're able to work that out? It says we can have racing mediums. Okay, that's fine. So racing mediums, I can follow along with that. So racing mediums, no softs, that makes sense. Perfect there. Oh, you're now allowing racing softs. So let's throw on the racing softs. Always important to look at your track rules because they can make a huge difference. They can be the difference between first and last. Awesome job setting up the race there, Phil.
Alright, let me just set the race order.
Monty Swingwell, love the name. Monty and Swingwell, both fantastic. Now, have a good morning, buddy, as well. We're wearing our Bass Pro hat because we're going to go out fishing with 11 racers on this track. This is going to be pretty intense and wild. Phil, can you confirm for me that we've got damage on extreme?
Yep, it's on extreme.
Love it. I'm wearing my Mario Brothers socks. I've got Mario Kart in the background, so let's see if this is going to be a Mario Kart race or
I think Stig missed out.
Oh, Stig, he can get in the next race then. We'll do 5 laps, and he'll get in on the next race, because if we pull out to do this all over again, we'll probably lose other people who got impatient for waiting. All right, welcome to the race. We got Alley-oop starting up in first, Kimar in second and third, and that might be because Phil put the worst racers, slowest racers at the front. I often do that for when I set up the lobbies. So that way the best racer actually has to drive through the entire pack, really showing off his race skills.
It's more fun from the back when there's clean racing.
Yeah, and it forces clean racing, because with extreme damage, if you're the fastest racer starting from the back, you have to drive smart and safe as you get through the pack.
Build 62 has joined the room. Build 62 has joined.
And I got double passed in the corner. I was taking it slow and wide to make sure that I don't pick up any damage or collision, because I think I'm gonna, with extreme damage, I think it's gonna be safe driving is gonna be favored over fast driving. The goal is to do actually both, be fast and safe. First, for proper front nose rotation through the turns on the straightaway, we'll get our brake balance to 2 towards the rear to allow less braking on the front wheels for more front rotation as we trail brake into the corners. And I'm definitely, if I was a Mario Kart character, I am definitely the turtle. Because I am definitely the slowest here. Falling back into 8th.
This
Oh, and we got taken out by the Aston Martin. Now I'm driving in reverse, watching everyone go by. And this gives me the perfect opportunity to talk about two things. Brake, I'm going to get this on 2, towards the rear, to have more turn in, and the radar. I was not watching the radar. Now the rear is damaged pretty good. I probably should have gone into the pits there.
pit stop should help you with the mechanical, right? Probably.
Yes, it does, but you have to choose to take it. For example, last night I was going in and sometimes had 6 seconds of damage to repair.
Wow. Oh, Matt, you're gonna get slow. He's getting hit left, right, and center.
So it's hard to avoid people on this track, but it's cool to be racing it on high damage because it will. It's how the lobbies, online lobbies, should be. It's not. It doesn't make sense that people will sometimes create the most damage will finish first. That actually happened to me in one of the World Series. Guy takes me out in the qualifying, speared me and really had to go out of his way. I was going super wide and he just drove straight into me. Oh, no shame at all. He was definitely racing like no one was watching on the YouTube channel.
Do you know who Vanya is?
Vanya? No.
I might have to kick him after.
Okay.
He's kind of a dirty.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, you can definitely ban out some of the dirtiest drivers. Yeah, because he's not one of our subscribers. I'll take dirty driving from one of our subscribers, but not deliberate dirty donkeying from a non-subscriber. Oh, geez. Well, I think the point of the lobby is to actually get something better than what we would get on a regular online lobby.
That's right.
I go through third gear through here and kind of coast to keep everything under control. First gear for rotation, back quickly into second. Try to reach the apex on all of these corners, but proper gear selection, being in a low enough gear is oh so important to actually get the rotation, to be able to follow the right drive line.
Doesn't take out this guy.
Hey, if I was up there with you, I'd play a little he came to cook in my kitchen and now he's gotten burnt. I'm all about taking off all about taking out the dirtiest racers.
So that's how you pass clean,
Yeah, passing clean, it gets you a lot of respect points. So being that this is a short 5 laps, I'm going to drive with my damage and just deal with the added squirreliness of the vehicle.
Sure kind of wish they had health points for the car.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd like to see that the cars can actually get totaled. Front damage, when you punt someone, your radiator would actually be destroyed and you'd actually maybe get upwards of 8 minutes of driving, but not a second more, because once I'm actually pushing them this hard, you'd probably get about 3 minutes of drive before your motor blows without any radiator
that makes
fluid.
It realistic, yeah.
Reward this.
You ever played Super NES, Super Nintendo, back in the day?
Quite a bit, yeah. I actually still have it under my TV here.
Have you ever heard of a game called Top Gear 2?
Yes, absolutely.
It's one of the first simulation games of its kind.
You could run out of, if I remember, and maybe I recollect incorrectly, but I thought you could, from recollection, you could run out of gas.
Yep, that's right. What a fantastic game.
All right, so Deep Force has
gas. You can upgrade your gearbox. You can upgrade your engine. You can add turbo. You can change tires.
Now, Deep Force, something to remember are the hairpins and lots of trail braking to this track. So that means, yes, you do full brake before turning in, but you ideally brake as you turn in towards the apex, but half or quarter brake, so have that pedal half pushed in or quarter pushed in to be able to make it through. Like there, did a little trail braking to save myself from going into the wall. Consequence of
hazard lights on, just get this guy out. Be careful.
Smart, but online people definitely don't listen to people's hazard lights, but I think when we play with extreme damage, it's a great way also to let someone know you've got damage and to sort of carefully pass you, because you don't know what kind of squirrely action, nutty action your car is going to throw at you. So I got taken out on, what was it, lap 1 hairpin, so you really got to watch out for this hairpin. And if you do go wide, you go extra wide and you trail brake to the apex so you can come out further.
What have I done? Everybody's got a 1 minute penalty.
Oh, geez, okay.
Is it mediums required?
You must have, yeah, you'll have to put tire selection to none, so people can just throw the tires on, because if you, let's say you chose 2 types of tires, it means they actually have to use both types of tires. I'm going to let you...
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'm going to go grab my daughter. Yeah, she's rolling around, so I'm going to go grab my daughter and bring her down here. So I'll let you get the next race set up, and I'll, unless she's going to fall back to sleep, but...
Yeah, sure, do your thing, man. Do your thing. Required tires, just soft.
Oh, she is falling back to sleep. Now, did you want to race this again, or do we head up my Bathurst? But you've got quite a bit of people in this lobby, so we should probably keep it going with all these racers, minus the one dirty racer.
And then I'll change it back to Bathurst for us.
Oh, fantastic. Yeah, the internet was good, solid. No one was kind of twisting in and off all over the track.
You like Bathurst, don't you? You love it. I'll just change it to Bathurst right away.
All right. So, give me a moment. I'll be right back.
Blood Bathurst, butt hurts.
Yeah, the Panorama Mount, Mount Panorama, isn't nearly as good of a name as Bathurst or Butthurst. Much more appropriate because so many people run into that wall at the top of the hill. So many places to just slide out.
0W_craw 2 hours has changed the room settings. Race clean, race hard.
Just high, boys.
Would we all have penalties?
Yes, Matt, we will have penalties. We've got no wall hit penalty, but there's penalty for hitting people, and there's a big time damage.
Got a nice show out today. I love it.
Yeah, full. We've got pretty much a full grid.
Graph_Arter has left the room.
Racing Sauce, we're doing 4 laps at Bathurst. If you're looking for this race, it's the Australian race. It's the Aussie track, and it's one of the best tracks in the world, but it's also one of the most extreme. So you're watching JCCR Racing viewer and subscriber races where we take on the most extreme conditions. So right now we're taking on one of the most extreme tracks, because of the elevation change, it's so easy to slide out your car, especially if you're running a mid-engine or rear-engine vehicle like the Porsche 911 for rear engine, and for mid-engine, of course, if you want to play it safe, throw on the NSX, throw on the McLaren. Fantastic vehicles, mid-engine vehicles for safety. If you want to take it wet and wild, go with the Ferrari 458 Italia. Drop up the 911, or probably the fastest and most difficult to drive, the Lamborghini Huracan for most, and Huracan in the hands of the most talented and conditioned drivers. So I'm going to press in enter so we can actually get this started up. Thanks for waiting for me, Philness. So we've got Philness. We're doing this live with Philness. If you're watching, you just got to subscribe and turn bell notifications on. Now my daughter is officially up, so Phil, if you give me 2 minutes, I'll bring her down here to play around with us, as the wife will be coming home in just a moment.
Yep, no worries. We're just waiting for Mickey to ready up too. Mr. Andre Felipe, you can go down a little bit too. All the A drivers gonna start down the grid. Kamari down the grid. Johnny, let's start you off first. Who else? Bolt. Alright guys, we're just gonna wait a little bit. We'll wait for Johnny and then we'll start. Alright, let's try this out.
Did we get penalty last race because we have to use old tire types?
Alright, what was that?
Alright, thanks for waiting for me. I'm ready to rock.
Ready? Okay, let's
start.
I'm starting the race. Let's do this.
Now, I don't know if you're doing grid start, but in the future you could look at consider the settings of grid start with the slowest or the lowest rated at the front. So slowest at the front, fastest at the back, causing the fastest drivers to climb through and show their skill at safe, smart driving under fast conditions as well.
I think it's on rolling start. But next time we could definitely do grid start. No worries.
Now, pro tip, throw on your radar if you know the track well enough. If you don't know the track whatsoever, keep the little track at the bottom. So important to have radar on so we can actually see what's coming at us. Now the 911 likes to be revved out just like the NSX and the Ferrari 458, but very different than the Lamborghini, which you shift early. Same thing with the Supra. I much prefer cars that you really rev out.
How you doing up front there?
Good, but I can see the packs really coming at me quickly. My tortoise speeds are going to create a little traffic back there, I think. Oh, went through and too quick through there and ate the wall. Oh, got taken out by a German Alfa Romeo, a German racer. Welcome, Rocks.
Yikes. I'm still rusty on this track.
Same here, same here. I didn't slow down enough for the top of the hill, but I think the whole pack had trouble with the top of the hill. Elevation changes. You got to be careful with how much you accelerate and how much you brake. Lots of passes.
Let's accelerate around that guy. Another guy spun out.
Yeah, top action at the top of the hill, eh? Big crash at the top of the hill. Hey, sweetie. Traded a tiny bit of paint with bolts. Completely my fault.
Oh, another one crashed.
Oh, it's a wild extreme race because we're a lot of racers and it's a few laps, so everyone's really tight together. Be even tighter when we do a grid start, with the worst drivers up in the front forcing a lot of overtakes. Though that will create extreme overtakes, so we'll get that going from the next race.
Still doing good, Johnny.
Yeah, I'm still up there. I'm trying to hold fifth here.
You're holding up well.
Closing the gap here. That's your controller, sweetie. Yeah.
On your right.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. I see that caused you an accident. Yeah, it's a track where we really have to plan our where we pass. Lots of partial braking. You don't want to be full brakes when you're going through the elevation changes, coming up the hill and down the hill, because full hard braking will likely lead to a slide out, especially with these mid-engine or rear-engine vehicles. But at the bottom, coming down the hill, we got that long straight where you can pass if you get the corner just right past a car or two.
Yikes.
Oh, you want to come sit on Daddy? Yeah? Winston, too. That's your monitor. I was watching you sleep, making sure you're safe. So holding fourth here. Someone went in, I think, for damage into the pits. That's your monitor. You can play with it. Just don't throw it on the ground. Yeah, don't do like that Lonely Island music video. Hey, Winston. You want to come up, Winston? You know, Lily's going to be jealous. Oh, we got a view change from Winston knocking the controller down.
I think I just made it required soft, but I'm not sure.
You think you did what with the tires?
I think the required tires is just soft, but
okay.
We'll see.
I got the whole pack really behind me, so I'm in a fifth or last position. I either have to race fast or fall into fifth. Oh, someone just ate the wall behind me.
It's good. I need more mistakes so I can catch up.
I'm not in cockpit view for the first time in a long time, and boy, is it so much easier to drive in a hood view. Fake, but easy. Oh, and I got spun out. Oh, I got taken out. Taken out when I was...
Oh, he's waiting for you, so that's nice.
Oh, wow. Alley-oop, very classy. Very, very honorable. We never see that. Wow, alley-oop, what a gentleman.
Yeah, you'll see that a lot in A lobbies. They're honorable, yeah.
And right now I'm in the mode of showing everyone the different camera views because my secondary controller is on the ground. So folks, here you go. This is what it looks like. Showing off the racing livery from Aussie Pug. Well, behind the car shows how close I am to the grass at times. Trains, thank you so much for watching. Thanks for being in and dropping some chats, hanging out with us.
I'm just gonna race with my damage on. I don't care.
Hey, you know, with short 4 laps, it's probably better. Yeah, Monty Swingwell, that was a ton of classy driving on the part of Alley-oop. So he gave up his, what was it, maybe he had passed us and maybe gone in either 4th or 5th.
Yeah, that top section is always sketchy, is the word.
Oh, and I went along the wall going up the hill. That wasn't pretty. That's the worst way to go through there.
Montes Wingwell has left the room. Gruntle, Montes Wingwell has left the room. Salut Count Lamont. Salut Count Lamont.
Oof. Not used to this behind car view. Try to get this switched up.
Icon 69 has joined the room. Rogues has left the room.
Yeah, that's the TV remote. I will take that, sweetheart. Thank you. Yeah. How you feel it playing? How's it going with the PS4 remote?
Yeah, did I tell you my dream car is a Nissan Silvia?
Wow, that's really cool. S14 or S15?
Probably S15.
I had an S13, but I can't really call it. Yeah, I can't really call it an S13 because it was more 240SX because it had the truck engine. It didn't have the SR20 DET engine. Not that you know, by today's standards, that coveted back in the day 2-liter SR20 DET engine is actually now by today's standards really slow, but the truck engine was a lot slower.
Pretty fun.
Yeah, it was. It was a very light car. Once you got speed, it was good at taking speed and going through the corners. Now, as you set things up, we all had a minute penalty, so I'm going to let you figure that one out. Work it out. Now, are you still good for another race or two? If so, I will stop the live stream and probably start it up again as I take care of Layla and maybe be back in a few minutes.
Yep, we got a pretty good show up, so I'll keep going.
Awesome,
keep going
fantastic.
For another hour or so.
Okay, great. I'll probably be back in, my wife's going to be home in probably 5 minutes, so I'm going to take a little 5-minute break, make sure that Layla is entertained. Folks, thank you so much for watching. We'll be back with another live stream. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I wish you all more cars and more power, and hope you get to put the pedal to the metal on your dream car sometime real soon. So, Phil, I hope you get that S14 or S15 sometime real soon. I'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes, and if you need to start up a race and do one, well, then I'll just wait until the next time. Take care, folks. Yep. Be right back.